to right. He needed to surge at it when it sat up.
Would have taken middle of the leg, that delivery. Didn't see it, did he?
No, needs to get down the park and watch kids kick it around a bit more.
Motlop had programmed it that way. In fact, he chastised him straight afterwards. Brogan went to ground and crashed into Scotland, I think. Carazzo, good tackle, Roden. Free kick to the Blues, I would have thought there. Judd
smashed
by Thomas. Cruiser, now Pearce. Free kick, I think, to the Blues. Is it going to Port? Okay, so Pearce gets it from Thomas, and then Pearce's kick inside. Schultz's half volley. Gray's been quiet. He put Port in front at half-time. Right on cue.
What a pickup.
And the Judster's hurt.
What a goal. Chris Judd got smashed by not one, not two, but three people in a contest. You'll see how he goes under and then bang, just crushed over the top. That's footy.
Well, but if it's seen, that's got to be a free as Salopek goes in, just after the footy, but got him around the head with his hip.
Should have been 3 free kicks.
What about the
pickup? What about the pickup by Robbie Gray? And you're right, Bruce, he's been really quiet, but he's one of those opportunistic players that you give him half a chance, he can do something really clever.
He was quiet last week too against the Bombers. Didn't see much of it.
Kick 5 here the week before that against the Showdown. So they'd want something like that today. Gee, what a great first half. So much to like about this. Judd's picked himself up all right.
Kane Corns alongside him. Generally been the case. Cruiser up, missed it. So did Simpson. Simpson goes again after Waite's miss. Judd had it, lost it. Tight in there. Thomas, hand passes, followed that up. Well done by Waite. Eventually got it out. Cruiser fed it forward. Yaron across to Simpson. Garlett, not quite. And then easy for Stewart to mop up, but there's nothing on around the outer side, although Boak has done well. He ran hard outside the centre square, taken high. Advantage is paid. Lays it off Kane Corns. Clever kick. Brogan, top end of the centre square. Terrible kick. It just wobbled off the boot, straight onto the chest of Russell.
Juddy's found some space too, Bruce.
So Judd short to Waite.
Tough crowd booing Juddy.
They might be booing Brogan's kick. I reckon I would be if I was barracking for Port today. It was so wasteful. Here's Yaron.
You've got, I think when you come to the footy, expect the ruckman to at least give 2 or 3 bad ones each game.
That was pathetic by Schultz. Excuse me. He was running, holding the Judster. Thank you. Sorry, Bruce. I had one of those oinks, you know.
Quick.
There we are, yeah. Do you have many of those moments, Tim?
Now and again.
Just keep telling us when you do. We like it.
Well, you didn't have to be sort of undercover to see that one. I don't know what he was thinking, Schultz. He ran. That wasn't the first one we saw. He was just tugging and grabbing and grabbing and tugging.
And he doesn't get the free kick. It's just a 50-metre penalty for the person who had the footy.
It doesn't go to the tug necessarily.
No.
So Yaron, who hasn't kicked brilliantly today, but you'd reckon he'd goal from here. And he does, and yep, the Blues are back in front. Said that a lot today, haven't we?
Yep.
We also spoke about the little 1%ers, the team that's going to be most disciplined, the team that is actually going to capitalise on their opportunities. And I reckon Mark Williams will be sitting back in the box just saying, Schultz, what are you thinking? Because they're the sort of things that turn the game away from your advantage.
Yeah, well, Kane Lucas hasn't been on the ground since the first quarter. He copped a heavy knock. He has been down in the rooms. He is going to come back up, but more than likely he's not going to be available for the rest of the day. So Carlton are going to be down 1 with a short break, and Port Adelaide having good last quarters. It's going to be tough.
Judd attracts a crowd, and we'll have a ball up.
Thank you. Very much.
Port 53, Carlton 58.
It's a good point Richo makes. One rotation in the game has been played at this ferocity. It may take its toll, especially in the last quarter.
Right there.
Brogan gets a free kick. Kicks inside the forward 50. Ghosting in from the side. Thornton, touch ball apparently. Hand passes across to Jamison. Jamison just coughed it up in the opposite direction. Thomas put it at the feet of Corns. Well done by Murphy. Jamison. Gibbs spots him in at the corner of his eye. Can he get it? Well, can he get it there in time? Almost. Carrazzo did well. Just stood his ground. Down goes Corns. Ball jarred out of bounds. They played it pretty well, particularly Carrazzo. It was an awkward kick that Gibbs sent his way, and Carrazzo at least kept it in the area for the Blues.
Good decision there. He could have fallen for Kane Corns appealing for the free kick, but saw exactly what had happened.
Cruiser probably won the tap. Rode and roved it.
It's a good game for Cruiser. He's had 13 possessions early on, and last week, for the last actually couple of weeks, Dennis, he's been finding it very hard to find the footy.
Richo?
Yeah, Kane Corns has got a hard tag on Mark Murphy. We talked about getting him into the game. It's going to be tough. Murphy's only had the 8 touches. Kane Corns has had 19, so it's going to be a tough job for Mark Murphy.
Good shot of them there. It's the clearance battle too has been interesting with Judd and Roden, the main protagonists, you'd think. Simpson got down low. It was a good tackle by Gray because Simpson was looking for the high one. And Gray got him low around the hips.
You've got to do that with Simpson too, because he can roll you otherwise. He's got very good core strength.
You can see that little battle between Thomas and Joseph and Roden and Judd. And then Roden tried a toe poke.
Just an arm wrestle at the moment. One-on-ones all over the ground.
Port like playing it in close and dirty at the moment this year. This sort of suits them a bit, doesn't it? Carlton, certainly when the ball's in space, you feel that they've got the pace advantage. Kasisi tries to belt forward, and now Yaron. Schultz might have played Yaron right into form, giving that 50-metre penalty away, and now Simpson.
You've got to consider those things too, don't you? Up goes Corns and takes a strong mark. That's Chad. Now he gets 50. Their exchange. Corns now suddenly within scoring range.
Gee, that was a big play by Corns to take that mark too. If that gets over the top, they're away. He was only taking over Scotland, but here it is. Goes Toolahan.
You're taking the mark and you're just holding onto a jumper. Wouldn't look like that still. Right there.
Well, it's a mirror image, these two sides. We saw a 50-metre penalty result in a goal only moments ago.
Reading from the same choir book. In comes Corns and puts it through. He needs to work on his celebrations.
Too calm, too cool,
too unusual.
It's a good mark. He hasn't had a huge influence over the game, Chad Corns. Had the 8 possessions, but they're the small things. Those little 50-metre penalties that just ruin all the good work that you've done.
Corns, that one's Kane. Father of 3, Kane. Armfield to Gibbs. And then Gibbs off one step. Yeah, Betts got it. Yeah, terrific mark. Beautiful kick.
Yeah, he used his judgment beautifully there.
I also wondered, when I saw Gibbs there, you wonder if Rats is going to let him off the leash at some stage, Gibbs, in this match. He's got a big job on Motlop, but he's so constructive, Gibbs, isn't he?
That was a clever mark. Watch this. Down, through the legs, back up and around the back. Very, very clever.
Well, the last time he had a shot for goal at this end was on the quarter-time siren, and he didn't make a very good fist of it, but
there's no wind, so just straight through the middle.
This is the toughest pocket at AAMI Stadium to score from, just outside the right goalpost. No, he was too centre. You've got to be just right side of the right goalpost.
Even with no breeze, Bruce.
Yep, even with no breeze.
Well,
well, there you go. That's a fact.
Salopek drives it in then. Punched away by Houlihan just outside the 50, and it goes out of bounds.
Just looking at some of Chris Judd's stats, 7 tackles, 7 contested possessions. The premier midfielder with the most tackles in the game, and I think that says a lot.
Blues are surging right now. Port